Is there a secret to training puppies? Uh, have you ever gotten a dog, or are you considering getting a dog? Maybe considering getting a new puppy? Well, we have several times actually. We are on our fourth dog now, and our third rescue dog. So I'm going to share with you what is the most important thing about training puppies. You see, there's what we think of as a training puppy phase that we're going to be dealing with. And that's really kind of important, isn't it? But we've actually found it works on full grown dogs too, for the most part. So we're going to be talking about that. Hello, I'm Russ Lawson, and I've carried a lot of titles in my life: carpenter, factory worker, printer, writer, minister, missionary, a lot of different things I've done in my life. But I want to share with you some thoughts today, some insights into life through everyday stories that would help build our faith. So please, stay with me to the end here, and let's see if we can't gain something together. Do you know what it takes to train a puppy? Well, I'll get to that just a little bit later. See, we've rescued a new dog about 2 years ago. She's been a great dog for us. It's taken a little while for her to get used to us and to learn the things that we expected of her, but she does great, and now she's part of our family. What is important to us is what they understand about us and what we understand about them. So we kind of knew what to expect because, again, this is not our first dog. We've had dogs for almost 40 years now. But irregardless, I pulled out a book out of my library that was How to Train Puppies. I wanted to go back and kind of refresh myself on some things, and it reminded me of some things concerning the way puppies think and the way they perceive things. And what was surprising about those things is that, for the most part, many of them are the same things that we do and perceive as human beings. For example, it said that puppies have a very short memory. Hey, when they potty in the house, they immediately forget about it and go on playing or doing whatever they're going to do. And if you remind them of it by yelling at them, by rubbing their little noses in their mistake, they don't have a clue at why you're upset with them. It's also said that, except for the occasional accident, they really want to please us more than anything else in the world. But they have a hard time of it because they don't speak the same language that we speak. So communication is a skill we have to learn. I was reminded, as I was thinking about this topic, about an old movie, Sandra Dee, Bobby Darin, 1961, a movie titled If a Man Answers. Now, this is about a newlywed couple, just a young couple, just getting started out, and her mother, if I remember right, gives her a book and says, this is what you need to use to build your relationship with your husband. And the book, it turned out, was called How to Train Your Puppy. And she uses the book throughout the movie to train her puppy. In the end, she finds out that she's really training herself and how to respond. But now think about this, if you would. How much of that is like our relationship with God? No matter how much we want to do all the right things, we end up making mistakes. And our memories are so short, we really have a problem remembering what we did wrong the last time. And we mess up. We just forget it and we do it again. The writer of James, the brother of Jesus, writes this in James chapter 1 and verse 23 through 34. If any of you be a hearer of the word and not somebody who does it, it's like a man who goes and looks at his face in a mirror, and he forgets what he sees, and he goes out and goes on his way, forgetting immediately what kind of person he's seen in the mirror. Now, that's a paraphrase, but that's basically what it says. The Apostle John says this in 1 John chapter 1 and verse 8. If we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us. Why would we say that? Because we forget. We forget what we did the last time that was against God's laws. We forget how God might have been displeased with us, and we just go ahead and continue our life, enjoying things just like that puppy, forgetting the things we had just done. So it's not a new concept. It's one that is there for us that we continually repeat. We want to be good, don't we? I mean, we want to be good people. We want people to think well of us. We want to please God, but we just can't do it so much of the time. That's why God uses the same thing that we use in training puppies. Now, have you figured out what that secret is? It's patience. That's how God does it. It's patience. That's the secret to training puppies. In 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9, Peter writes this for us. He says, "The Lord's not slow in keeping his promises." He's not slow in the way some people understand it. In other words, why isn't God bringing judgment? Why isn't God come back and, return to why isn't God? Okay, why? James goes on and says, he is patient with you. Why? Because he does not want anyone to be destroyed. Instead, he wants all people to turn away from their sins. The same secret we use for training puppies, God uses to relate to us. It's patience. Why would you do that? Because he loves us. Because he wants us to be, he doesn't want anybody to be lost. He doesn't want anybody to be destroyed. He wants us to come and be with him. So, how much are we like puppies? You may not like the comparison, really. I know some people would be offended by that probably. But our actions are so similar. Let's try to do better. But see, I'm going to tell you something. It's a struggle for all of us, not just for you. It's a struggle for me. It's a struggle for your preacher. It's a struggle for whoever you might know and might think, oh, if I could just live like them, if I just had their faith, if I just had their ability to withstand. No, we all struggle with those things. Each and every one of us deal with problems, and we want to do better. We want to make God smile. We want to have him be happy with us. So let's try to do better. God's communicating with us the best way he can, okay, through his word, through the Bible that's given to us, through the men and women who speak to us and share with us and try to let us know that they're the neighbors and that they want us to be good in God's sight. God doesn't want to chastise us. He doesn't want to see us go to hell. He doesn't want any of those things. He wants us to come and be with him. Now, I don't know if anything I've said today makes sense to you or not, but if I said anything that makes a point with you or touched your heart, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel, because you see, there's more coming in this channel to encourage you in your walk to God.